It's Friday. What a day. It's amazing. It's Friday. It's a fabulous, fearless, fantastic, fan-based Friday. I don't know where fan base came from, but listen, if you've been following us for the past 19 days, then yeah, you're a fan. Love you. Yes, much hearts, much love to all of you. But listen, this is 25 days of her. 25 days. We on day 19. Can you believe it? Day 19. Oh my goodness. And so now we had to go all the way over to the Lone Star State. Everything big is in the state, And this person, her personality is big, like the state. It's just larger than life. Her smile is larger than life. Her energy is larger than life. And she comes to you all the way from the big D, not the little D, but the big D, down into Texas. Down in Texas, let me tell you. She coming. She's here. Are you ready? I see you back there, smart. She ready? Okay. I'm gonna bring her in. I'm gonna come on in the room. Come on in. Welcome into the virtual state. Yes, it's her day. It's Felicia Day.
Hey!
Listen, as far as I can go, I had to wear my New Orleans shirt. It's kind of close, but not quite. But I had to represent that area for you. I don't have a Dallas shirt. Because I'm a Philly girl, you got the Eagles thing, but that's a whole other.
But I'm ripping that blue, baby.
I see you with that blue, baby. I saw it. That's why I ain't want to comment on that. But y'all stay right there where you at. But listen, Felicia. I can't call you Linda, but Felicia. Listen, the dominant you got so many different accolades to you, and so many different we've known each other for quite some time, and I don't want to just go ahead and tell everybody about you, because I want you to share everything, maybe not everything, but unless you want to, I don't know, but share with everyone who you are and what you do as we celebrate you today. Felicia Jones, day 19, 25 days of her. This is all about you today. Go for it.
Woo! Thank you so much, Carolyn, for having me. I'm so excited to be here. My name is Felicia Jones, the executive chick. I am the leader and the founder of Lead Her and Heals, and I am basically our business. Our organization is a nonprofit organization that helps women in corporate America start their businesses. So we've been in existence for over 5 years, and so I'm really excited about that. And I started in 2014, if I'm not mistaken. I was just laid off, and basically didn't know where to go. Didn't know where to go from there. I was like, oh my God, I got laid off from my job. Now what do I do? It's my first layoff, and I had no idea what I wanted to do. So basically what I did was I contacted friends and family, and I said, what do you think I'm good at? What do you think I should do? What do you see me foreseeing? What do you think my skills are? What do you like? Interviewed everybody, and I ended up writing the book, The Diamond in You. And that was where I started way back when, in 2014.
Wow. The Diamond in You. I remember that. I remember that like it was yesterday. And that was while we were in a mastermind together. And I think we both were led there because we were just kind of like, we knew it was something we needed to do, but we wasn't sure what we were doing. We just needed to be in this space.
Right.
And it was a great space to be in, right? It gave us this jump start.
It absolutely did. It absolutely did. And I, like I said, I had never done a book before. I was just feeling my way through. And one thing that I would like to say is that, when you just got to go, you just got to jump, you just got to do it, right? You just got to jump in there and say, hey, you know what? It is what it is, and I'm going to get it done.
Get it done. And you got it done while we were in that process. It was like, she done finished the book. Like, wait a minute, how she do that? You were like, I did it. Like, tell us about that experience. Like when you actually decided to just say, you know what, I'm just going to do this thing and I'm going to write this book and this is what it's going to be.
And Carolyn, I was so excited. When we were in that space, I was so excited because it just gave me so much energy and excitement because I didn't have a job, at that time. And so I could work on my business 24/7. And that's exactly what I did. I was up day and night and working and researching because, again, I didn't know where to start, right? And so I had to do a lot of research and a lot of data, pulling information, making sure my information was correct, the things that I was doing, how to publish the book, all those types of things. So I was really excited about all of that. And just excitement. And I mean, it drove me, the adrenaline was pumping. And I can remember staying up hours and hours and hours all through the night, all through the morning, just working because I was so excited to get it done.
I know that feeling. I definitely know that feeling. It was so funny because I was trying to say, I'm like, I know I got it around here somewhere. I thought it was in my bookcase, but it's somewhere else. I was going to pull that bad boy out. Because I remember you going through that process and it was just like, you just like, I wrote a book. You're like, hey, she wrote a book? And this time while we were all together, I'm like, dang, what's my problem? Like, what's my what was it that she used to tell us? What's your secret? What was it? Your cupcake? No, your secret sauce. Your sweet spot. Your sweet spot.
Yeah, sweet spot.
He said sweet spot. What was your sweet spot? And you were like, I wrote a book. I'm an author now. Oh my God, I published a book. We're like, wow. And then I was like, well, then what's my sweet spot? What's my sweet spot? And it's like, you know what? And I put together an event. I was like, that's it. That's my sweet spot.
Yeah.
So it was like, oh my God. And I've been doing it ever since. And then here it is. You have now become a multi best-selling author, not just with your book, but with some other collaborations. And then you also have another book that I was just so pleased to be part of. And let's talk about that one and where that came from. And I'm talking about this beautiful book.
Oh, yes. This
legendary book. This one's a legend.
It is. It really is. I'm fine. A Woman's Silent Cry, right? It came from really me, really saying, man, what is the one thing? What is the one lie that we tell ourselves every day? Women, people, everywhere, right? What do we tell ourselves all the time? That we're fine when we're really not. And that's really where it came from. And as you can see on the book cover, it has all different types of words that we actually are thinking, are we going through, right? Irritated, rejected, angry, all these words that we're going through, but we always say what? I'm fine. I'm fine. And it really is a woman's silent cry. It really is, because we feel like we don't have anybody to share these things with. We feel like our story doesn't matter. We feel like we have to say that we're fine and be the strong woman. We feel like we have to be strong. And I'm glad that we were able to do this book because we wanted to debunk the myth of being strong, being that you have to be fine and that it's okay not to be okay, right? It's okay that you're going through these things because that's the reality of life, right? The reality of life is that we have trials and ups and downs and things like that. So we want to tell our story and tell how we triumphed through all of those trials and how we made it to the end and where we are. And it doesn't mean that we're not going to have any trials again. It doesn't mean that we won't get down again. It just means that we recognize and able to basically say that we're not fine. Hey, at this point, I'm not fine, and it's okay. And it's just like you said, as long as you don't stay there, you kind of pick yourself up, you feel those emotions. And I think it's very important that we feel those emotions and we recognize those emotions.
Conversation, but behind the scenes of how important it is. So you know what? You have your moment. And one of my favorite lines, and I always say, you know what, I have my moment, but I just don't let my moment have me.
Right.
right? Because that's because you allow yourself to feel those moments. You allow yourself to feel those emotions. And as ugly as they may be, as much as they may hurt, as painful as they may be, that's part of the process. That's part of
Absolutely.
the process. And but we mask it when we say, like you said, even with this part, I'm fine. No, you're not. You're
Yeah.
suppressing it. And then what does that do? That internalizes in our body, and it turns into so many different things, health ailments, depression,
Hmm.
irritability. It messes with everything. It just messes with your whole equilibrium, because we're not supposed to suppress our things.
Right.
We're creatures that are made to feel.
Right. Right.
We are creatures that are made to give life, literally, like we give life.
Right. We do.
Literally, we give life. So we're supposed to, we don't receive those things. We don't receive that in our spirit. We have to just let everything this has to go. And it just has
Yeah.
to go. Like even the babies, they got to go. They come in, they stay there for a minute, and then they got to get out.
They got to get out. They got to.
They got to get out. Lord knows they got to get out. Lord knows. But man, yeah, so that was definitely a journey with the her story. I mean, with the I'm fine. And then it led you to some other things. And I know you're like on what is it? Not TikTok, but well, yeah, you do a whole bunch of TikTok stuff. But I'm trying to think, was it Clubhouse? Like you have a whole big community in Clubhouse. You have all these women, executive women that follow you, that you're just doing amazing stuff outside of, you.
Right.
But you're here also because you are part of this amazing, once again, another one, which, I
Yes.
was inspired by you. You were inspired by me. We inspired each other. And it just took me, a little longer to get the courage to do it.
And
you
that's okay, right?
you did yours right away. You was like, I think I'm gonna do it. I was like, go ahead and do it. He was like, guess what? I'm doing it. I'm like, dang. Okay. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna do one too. You like, you should do one. Yeah.
Years later, right?
Years later. But you know what? We say that for such a time as this.
Right.
For such a time as this. This was the moment. This was the moment for this her story. Ooh, her story.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Yes, of being healed, empowered, and resilient. And when, especially when you go through the I'm fine, and you go through all of these emotions, and you go through life, and you have a story. Everybody has a story. And so, you're one of the amazing another bestseller, right? Because it had to be,
Right.
because you're part of it. Okay, you had to be. And so
Right.
you're part of this amazing project. And so what I know, you were like, sure, I'm in it. When I brought it to you, was like, because I thought of like, who can I was like, Felicia. Let me kind of like listen. You're like, sure, okay. So what was this all like, just being part of this project, and just kind of like what spoke to you about wanting to really just share her story? And your story is very unique. And I don't know if you want to give them a little bit of it. I don't know, but that's up to you. But go for it. Go for it. Because this.
I was so happy that, I was able to do this project with you. Like I said, it's come full circle. We met in that space, and then now you were in my book, I'm in your book, and I was just inspired. I'm like, man, Carolyn is doing great, man. She's done so many things, and I will not miss out on this. I wanted to be a part of it, right? And so just going through, it was an amazing experience. I love the fact that you challenged me, being able to be challenged on, let's see if we can write something different, because I usually write, the self-help and that type of thing. And so this was a little bit different. This was a little bit challenging for me. And so I kind of took my time with this and kind of thought out, okay, where do I fit in? What do I do? And I'm always, if people know me, I'm always talking about relationships. And I'll give a little bit, just a little bit about it. But the thing about relationships is the first thing that you really need to know is really know yourself. You really need to know yourself in the essence of who you are and what is it that you want. In my chapter, I describe who we are, right? As we're actually three different people. We're actually three different, we have three different representatives. And I don't think people really embrace that. I don't think people really want to feel like it, because it's been such a I don't know if it's taboo or a thing to say, you know, you got these different personalities, and we kind of shun from it because people have a negative connotation around personalities, but it's really what is absolutely going on. And so I kind of talk about those three different personalities that we all have in one person. So we kind of go through these three different personalities when we're actually dating. So I kind of go through those three.
And it's juicy, y'all. Y'all got it's juicy. When I read it, I was like, ooh. I was like, yeah, I can see that. I was like, yeah, I looked, and then I was like, yeah, I saw her go through all of that. And then I was like, wait a minute, I go through that too. What am I talking about?
Absolutely.
I was like, oh
Absolutely.
yeah. I said that makes sense. Yeah, I can relate. Yeah, yeah. Like okay, there we go. So, but no, but yeah, this is, and I'm loving the fact. Thank you for sharing that, because the theme that I'm hearing from a lot of the ladies, maybe not in the series, but just in general, was like, man, this project has challenged me.
Yeah.
Like I was able to challenge all of you ladies to just dig a little deeper. Like,
Right.
you know, her story. Like really get into your story, but then also share it in a way that will allow people to see that there's light and hope, and you are healed even though through those things. So even like I said, those stories are who we were, and we get to really think about, like you said, who are you at the essence, who are you? And I think
Mm-hmm.
it made us really sit and really reflect and think of ourselves, and
Mm-hmm.
then and appreciate the journey, even in the muck, even in the confusion, but really appreciate it. And that's the beauty of all these stories
Yeah.
that are in this book. And it's like it's a movement,
Right.
right? It's a movement. We are now, and like you said, the journey, we're still in the journey.
Right.
Like we had that phase of it. Now we're still like we're in the next phase. And then this is the year of her. That's all I keep saying. It's the year of her. Little did I know it's really gonna be the year of her. Like we're preparing for our tour, which I'm so excited, to be in the space. And so we want to come back by Texas. We had that whole experience a few years ago, which
Right.
was amazing, which was so amazing. But one of the things that I like to ask everyone that I've been asking, so you have you went through this transition of, a diamond in you, and then I'm fine, and all the other things you were coming up with, and just as things were unfolding, but then somehow you landed so firmly, and you landed and you stayed in this space for a long time, longer than you did with any of the other ones, and this one just seems to just really is you. Give us the message and the story behind Leader in Heels.
You know, it's so funny that you asked that question. Oh my gosh. Because Lead Her in Heels, I came up with it right after, maybe a couple of years after I did the I'm Fine book. And I needed something to represent who I am, and what is it that I do. And I was like, man, what is it, And I was like, man, I don't want to come up with the diva and the queen that everybody's always doing, even though we are all those things, right? I wanted to have something unique. I wanted to have something that represented me. And so it's funny you say that, Carolyn, because the Lead Her in Heels is for me to help young women and children, our young girls, to become leaders and show them what it's like to be a leader and be the example of being a leader in heels. And it's so funny that you brought this up, because God gave me that, and I was just speaking to him. And I'm like, God, you gave me this 5 years ago, 5 years ago. Oh my God, you gave me this 5 years ago. And where do you want me to go with this? What do you want me to do with this? And it's like, like I said before, it's like, when he told Abraham in the Bible to just go and I'll show you, just go. And I did it. So I'm here on this journey. I'm on a journey with Lead Her in Heels. It has went through, me discovering who I am, me discovering and accepting the different pieces of me. And I think I also came up with Misfit Moguls, which is a part of Lead Her in Heels, which is my travel bags. So it was just, trying to figure out, okay, where am I at? Where do I stay? And it's just like you said, I just stay in this Lead Her in Heels. And I now, when I'm back in the corporate arena, I understand now what I'm supposed to be doing. But it's taken this long though. So I tell women all the time, just make sure that you are doing whatever it is that you want to do, ask God to lead you. And then even if you don't have the answers, even if you don't know where you're going, even if you're kind of wandering around and you're just kind of dibbling in this and dibbling in that, it's okay, because you're trying to figure out where is your sweet spot, right? You're trying to figure those things out. So I think that's what happened to me. And that's how I landed with Lead Her in Heels.
Wow. 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 So, you know what came to me too when you were talking, and this is going to be so you're going to like this. So, Lead Her in Heels.
Ah!
That's the diamond in you.
The diamond in you. Yes, all wrapped up in one, right?
All wrapped up in one heel.
Yes.
All wrapped up in one heel.
One heel. Yes.
That's it.
Yes.
Lead Her in Heels with the diamond in you.
Right.
Boom. So, boom, boom. And so I had to go do it. I had to go. I was like, oh my God. I had a different heel. And I was like, oh, I know exactly what other heel to go get. I go run upstairs real quick. I was like, I hear her talking. I was like, okay, she's on. Keep talking. So I could go get it. But here's the thing. You said God gave this to you 5 years ago. It's interesting because I believe if I had to put a time frame on how long ago God gave me HERStory, it probably was about 5 years ago too, give or take, right?
Yeah.
It's been some years. It got mileage on it, right? And so I don't feel as though that it's a coincidence that it's now that you're re-asking that question. And if you look at her name, it says Lead Her.
Mm-hmm.
Her, not leader, but Lead Her in Heels. And we are celebrating the 25 days of her. And we are in HERStory.
Right.
And this is
HERStory.
Making HERStory on Women's HERStory Month, right?
Right.
And it's 2022 is the year of her. So how you say, how we go, baby?
Baby.
Baby. Put them heels on. See, now you got to get you a signature pair of diamond heels.
We do.
Yes. You got to get yourself a signature pair of diamond heels. And these are like, I love these heels. Oh my gosh. I love these heels.
So beautiful.
Yeah, because they just sparkle. I like sparkle. So listen. So because we're diamonds, right?
Exactly.
Because we sparkle. We how we say, shine bright like a diamond.
Yes.
You already know there's 4 things in a diamond. See, I'm not going to give it up because then y'all got to contact Felicia. How can they contact you? First of all, how can they contact you?
You can definitely
they want to know about this diamond in them, and they want to know about this leader and being a leader in heels, and because you do have a program that really goes over like being this diamond in you.
Right. So, and I'll give a little snippet of it, but there's 4 points to a diamond, right? And the 4 points in the diamond is basically the clarity, the color, the cut, and then the carat. So I basically break down those 4 points of the diamond and I break it down and break it into life, real life. So the clarity of the diamond, we have to get clarity before we can do anything. We need to be clear on what we want to do, where we're going, and all those types of things. The second one is the color, and I related it to baggage because why? Women love purses. And so women they love purses, and so I related it to the baggage. And in order for you to, after you've got clarity, now you got to get rid of your baggage. The next one is cut, which is the cut of the diamond. They have different types of cut. They got the princess cut, the oval cut. They have all different types of cuts of diamonds. And the next thing that you have to do when you're working on your diamond is to cut out negativity, because you're going to get all kinds of negativity from everywhere. You're going to get people saying, "Oh, you shouldn't do this." You're going to get people saying, "I wouldn't do that if I was you." "Oh, you never make it." All those types of things. So you got to cut that out, right? You got to cut that negativity out. And then once you've done those three things, once you've done all of those three things, then you're able to present your carrot, which is you. You are presenting your carrot, big, small, however you want to present it. It's you. And that's the fourth component, which is the carrot. So yes, you can definitely find me on leadherinheels.com. We can do a strategy session, and I can kind of go over where we are and what we can do to get you started and moving in your heels and to become the leader that you are. So definitely, we can definitely do that. Would love to hear from you.
Ooh, so you done heard it. You done heard it from. Did I just knock me out? I sure did. Okay. You just heard, like, how I do that? You just heard it from her right now. And she's leading her in heels with her story on making her story.
Yes.
During her year.
Yeah.
Like I say, bump. All of those things. So man, oh man, oh man, oh man. Time flies when you just have so much fun. Like I have fun doing this. And that's why I'm like, we were talking earlier. I'm like, man, can you believe this is 19? I've been doing this for 19 days straight. Like
wow.
Committed. Talk about commitment. Straight.
Yes.
Straight.
Committed. I'm proud of you.
Thank you. Committed. And I still got some more days to go. So we got taking us all the way to the end of the month. So celebrating Women's History Month because, really we celebrate us every day. But I wanted to do something special for all the ladies in this amazing anthology. Speaking of which, this amazing anthology, it's called HERStory, and you just make sure you go get you a copy of it if you did not get a copy, so you can read about Felicia's story and everybody else's, and you'll be able to find yourself in literally anybody's story.
Absolutely.
And they're all different, but you will find a piece of you in at least every person's story. And it's like, wow. And if it's to give you hope and it's to leave something, like we heard from Tara, I think it was Tara the other day, where she just said, you know what, this is something that 50 years from now, the book will always be there, and the book can then someone can help somebody, because I might can read my story and it can help them. She's like 50 years from now. And I was like,
and the great thing about it is that it's international. It's, you know what I mean? Oh my gosh. We are touching souls all over the world, telling your story, and that's so amazing. It's so amazing.
Thank you. Yeah, that was what, like I said, we're borderless.
Yeah.
Borderless. And God set this up. He set this up nice. and I can see it plainly, because we are literally, when Felicia's saying it's international, it's worldwide, it's global, we are touching every continent, every habitable continent on this earth. Now, are there people in the seventh one? Yeah, but they don't stay there forever. They just go there, do little science projects, and they go home. But
right.
But there's six habitable continents, and we are touching every continent on this planet with HERStory. That's just one of many of the 7.9 billion, might as well round it up to 8 billion people on this earth. But we are touching souls. We are touching lives, just one person at a time with all of our stories. So, man, like you said, for such a time as this, it's the year of her. It's the year of her.
It is.
So, listen, before we go, I need to ask you two things. So one is like a little fun thing. So just give us a little quirky fact about you. What's a little quirky unknown fact?
Oh gosh. You really can.
Yeah, really.
A quirky fact. Well, I'm an avid dater. Uh, yeah, I'm an avid dater.
Hence
That's pretty
why
much.
she wrote the story she wrote.
Yep, yep. My dating experiences, my dating chronicles. Yeah.
Chronicles got like that's a whole nother thing. The Chronicles. The day I keep saying, I'm like, man, dating chronicles.
Yeah.
Ooh, we all got some of those. We can all add to that.
Right.
But so then before we go, can is there a word, a power word, a word, a message that you can leave with somebody out there that's watching this now, that's going to watch this on the replay, that they can take this and it can take them through their day to day and or hold on to it for however they need it?
Okay. So I set out for 2022 to be the year of the DNA. And a lot of people are asking, what is DNA? DNA is discipline in accountability. In order for you to achieve and accountability. So if I were to leave anything with anyone, any woman, any person that is watching, start disciplining yourself and holding yourself accountable so that you can see the results of whatever it is that you're wanting to work on. I think a lot of times, and I think this goes with everything. Um, One of my mentors he tells me all the time, he says, hey, in order for you to achieve anything, you got to be disciplined. You got to be able to wake up every morning to start your day, working on your business, working on your book, working on, whatever it is that you want to be working on with your children, whatever it is, you got to be disciplined. If you want to be doing exercise, you got to be disciplined. You got to hold yourself accountable and can't keep making excuses. And so I would say DNA. Make sure you got some DNA inside of you.
Ooh, we get that DNA. Listen, how okay, wait a minute. I tell my family when they like doing stuff, great stuff, and I was like, it's in our DNA. So hey, listen, regardless, it's in our DNA, and that's man, discipline and accountability. Woo, like woo, like woo. That's all I can say is discipline and accountability. And listen, all 25 of us had to hold our own selves accountable, right?
We
And
did.
be
We did.
disciplined. And we got one that's actually joining us now. She's watching live saying congratulations. This is Gladwell
Yay,
all the way.
Gladwell!
Yeah, all the way from Kenya. So listen, that's what I'm saying. This is a community, a sisterhood. We still support each other when we can. We pop in, we give our kudos, we give our flowers. And this is the environment that we've created, that's been created in her story. So it's not just a book. It's not just, us telling our stories. It's a whole community. And as she says, what her thing say? African village life. Yeah, and it's a village. It is a
And I
village.
love her videos. I absolutely love her videos.
Yeah, they're amazing. They're amazing. So listen, like I said, we just got, Kenya just popped up in the building, right? So gotta love it. I think yesterday, was it yesterday or the day before? One of them, Sarah, jumped on and she's from the UK. So she was up late. So it's like we support each other. And this is the part that I love, and it's worldwide. It's not just, and we got into that a little bit on Instagram yesterday, and it was about collaboration. If you saw Jerry yesterday, you can definitely click the link in my bio for the YouTube, go to my YouTube channel or my Magnify Your Essence channel here on Facebook, and just go back and watch yesterday. And also go over to Instagram, you can see it. It was stinking amazing what we talked about. And just literally it came out where we just kind of have to debunk this myth that we can't get along, we can't support one another, women can't work together, things of that nature. We're debunking all of those
All of them.
myths.
Yeah. Yeah.
All of those myths, right? You can work together in a way to support each other and uplift each other. And once again, this has been a whole community that's been created out of this whole project, and it's a movement. And we can't wait to really get around the world with this. We say a world tour, right? Literally, a world tour.
Wow.
And I'm just so grateful to God for putting this in my spirit and not giving up on me, because I was like, I can't do that. I'm like, but it was
in your
just
DNA.
It was in my DNA. Boom, that part. How you go? Baby. Baby. So listen, you guys, thank you so much for joining and giving us our hearts and likes. And you might have to go back and watch the replay. Saw some people just popped in and out. But listen, we're about to go head over to Instagram in a little bit, so you can come over there and kind of play with us, and join us if you want to. But in the meantime, Felicia, thank you so much for joining us today. And just kind of put you backstage for a second while I close out. And today is your day. It's Felicia Day. Yes, October, March 25th, day 19. Those are your numbers. So I don't know what you're gonna do with them, but those are your numbers. This is your day. Rock with it.
Absolutely. Day 19, March 19th, my birthday. Hey.
I know you were trying to have it around your birthday, but hey, we still celebrating, because listen, and when you start getting up there, every day is your birthday. Hey. I'm just saying. You wake up and you're able to put 2 feet on the ground, you're able to open those eyes, and you get to move around, move some limbs. It's your birthday.
Yes, it is. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. I'll see you in a little bit.
All right.
Okay. So you guys, listen. Thank you so much for joining us again, right, on this amazing, beautiful day. It's a fabulous Friday here in the States, or wherever you're at in the world. It may even be Saturday already, getting your weekend started. So listen, man, her story is our story. It's your story. It's her story. And allow her to tell her story in a way that's bold and powerful, and to own and live in her truth, so she can lead, so she can be a leader and heal, so she can identify that diamond, girl's best friend, diamond in her, right? So listen, you guys, there's one of 3 things that I want you to do. I want you to go get this book. Make sure you get it. Make sure you follow us, and make sure you join us on this journey, and follow all the amazing ladies that are part of this project, because as you can see, you're getting to meet them in a more intimate way, and you're getting to learn more about them beyond their story. So listen, it takes a village. This old African proverb, it takes a village, and that's what we've created with HERStory. So listen, I want you guys to do one of 3 things today and throughout the rest of the day. I want you to be empowered. Come on, at this point, do y'all know what I'm going to tell you? I don't know if you know or not, but I want you to do one of 3 things. Oh God, I want you to be empowered. I want you to be inspired. And most importantly, which to the bottom of my heart and the bottom of my soul, from the crown of my head to the soles of my feet, I want you to go out and be magnified. Light up the world with the light that you are. And trust and believe the world will shine back on you. All right, see you guys. Have a wonderful day. See you later. Bye.